All right, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and say this because I'm feeling kind of agitated. I'm feeling discouraged in a lot of ways, just what I'm seeing in society. Um, this shit is, I'm gonna call this shit out for what it is. Okay. Everybody at this time, they need to work on themselves, do they shadow work, and actually ask themselves some really deep questions. Why they feeding on certain energies, why they negative towards people and overly judgmental, why they so quick to cast stones at people. We are in a real spiritual warfare here. Like this shit is real. This shit is real as fuck, okay? Like I just got a letter in the mail talking about some bank is trying to sue me. Like this shit is real. Now, what's pissing me off is that, see, I just been observing and paying attention, but I just don't be in the bullshit because I just don't got no energy for it. Like I've been such in my own space. I've been in my own energy doing shadow work that I just can't even stomach certain shit. I really can't. I'm going through a lot in my own life. You get what I'm saying? So, but I had seen Tasha K post an interview with young Pharaoh. See, now I'm not for to judge Tasha K because she do what she do. You know, everybody have their own role to play, their own purpose and shit like that. But the only reason she wants to interview young Pharaoh because he in a very bad mental state right now. Now, I don't agree with the shit that young Pharaoh do or what he been doing lately. And I haven't been keeping up because I unsubscribed. Um, I just stopped giving a fuck, to be real with you. I just stopped giving a fuck. Okay. Because when I started doing the tarot readings, all I seen is a motherfucker that is hurting and bitter as fuck right now. Okay. And because he refused to take any accountability or self reflect or to really sit his ass down and do that spiritual work on his motherfucking self, he just looking crazy out here. Now, that's just as like, but people want to put a conspiracy on it. See, people are too either lost in fantasy or they too lost in what they perceive as the real world. People are saying that he been cloned. People are saying that he's possessed. People are saying that he had a bad trip. All of that shit is true. But let me ask you something. Like, how many times in your real life, somebody that's not on the internet, have you seen somebody go through this? And we seen it as like, okay, yeah, this person, like, they tripping because their girl left them. They better as fuck. They having a hard time. Yeah, 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 yeah. But because it's somebody that's prominent on the internet, we start to like, it ain't the same thing. We don't treat them the same. We treat them differently. We don't look at them the same. See, but that's an issue not with him per se. That's an issue with yourself. Because you're not supposed to put nobody on no pedestal. You put somebody on too much of a high pedestal in your mind, when they start to go through hard times and they're not acting in a perfected way that you like, then you're going to judge that person more harshly than you judge people in your everyday life, then you judge yourself. Now, to me, cloning don't make sense. I'm going to tell you why. They don't need to clone you. See, the body and the mind and the soul is separate. Most of the time, when they want to control you, they want something that is within your spirit. You can't clone no spirit. You could clone the body, but that don't mean that you're going to get the same person, the same spirit. They want control of your spirit, your talent. So what they're going to do is put you in circumstances where you feel like you don't have no control. And that's how they control you. And that's how they make money off of you. And that's how they get you to do what they want you to do. Now, in a spiritual aspect, you could say that this person is cloned because you would see this person not be the same person as they was before. But none of us is the same people after trauma. Why y'all don't see it like that? When we go through changes in our life, when we go through trauma in our life, we all change and transition. We don't stay the same. We're not supposed to. But motherfuckers want you to stay the same. What triggered this in me is because after I seen that Tasha K bullshit and everything, because I really I didn't enjoy watching that. And I don't even enjoy watching young Pharaoh go through this shit that he go through. But he need to take accountability. He need to do that work. He need to do that work, okay? He need to humble himself. But see, when you have gotten so much attention, so much validation from like people on the internet and stuff, like it builds this certain type of ego that nobody can't tell them shit. That's why we be seeing these hotel men and these spiritual leaders fall from grace so harshly. Because they don't fucking listen. They don't feel like they don't have to take no advice from nobody. They feel like they're smarter than everybody. They feel like they're above everybody. Why? Because for a long time, they had a group of worshipers telling them that they are everything. And they really like believe that. You know, you always hear them and their ego come out. They egotistical as fuck. They don't know how to humble themselves. They don't know how to give or receive love. Like a lot of these spiritual leaders, because of the clout, the fame, and the ego and shit like that, they all the way fucking shut down. They don't want to hear shit when nobody else say, do you know who I am? You always get to hearing them say that. Like, pay attention to the patterns. You know that's the ego. They always get to saying, do you know who they is? I'm the smartest person. I did this first. I'm this, I'm that, da 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 da. They don't want to take your advice. They don't want to. But see, what these people actually need is for you to leave them the fuck alone. Show them some love, because a lot of them is hurting and broken as fuck. And just because they wise and they smart doesn't mean that they don't go through shit. Doesn't mean that they don't have hard times. They human. Even when they don't call themselves that, they here having a fucking human experience. See, every time I hear a motherfucker say that they not a human or whatever, they some deity, God, angel, da 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 da, which I don't take that away from them. Yes, they may be, but your ass is in a human body, having a human experience. And it's like the universe gonna remind you that shit all the fucking time. Because You are here to do something. You have a mission here in that body. So like the shit that really triggered the fuck out of me is that, so I don't watch anything on Eligio anymore, but when I log in on this channel, I will start to get people, because I used to report on him, so they will recommend it to me all the time. And I went on this Oneil TV channel. Let me pull it up, y'all. So sick of this shit, man. Like, I'm about sick of everything, bro. Like, I'm sick as fuck being here. I'm tired of fuck being here for real with the shit I be seeing sometimes. I'm just like, yo, I'm ready to go home because it's crazy as fuck down here. Like, people don't have no respect for each other. People don't have genuine love for each other. People don't have compassion. People don't have empathy. People don't have understanding. That shit pissing me the fuck off, man. Can't even deal sometimes. All right, look at this shit right here. Now, see, I look at patterns. A lot of times you don't even have to look at the video. Just pay attention to the patterns. Now, since the T has shut down her page, and before anybody shut down, I already started to pull away from that energy because I started to realize that it's a waste of fucking time. These people ain't growing or progressing. These people ain't changing. They doing the same shit. They trapped in a hell loop. After some time, you got to just leave these motherfuckers alone. Stop giving them attention. But some of y'all is addicted to it. Like, let's keep it all the way 100. Now, I remember seeing Oneil back in the day. He's starting to get more views because he one of the few people that is still reporting on it. And I guarantee you that it's taking an effect on his soul. I guarantee you that it's making him heavy as fuck. And I could tell by him, like, this video here, this video here, this video here, like he trying to break free from this. But look at these numbers. Now, these numbers might not even be fucking real, but they real to him. Like, think about that shit. But I believe they real because there's some people out there, they so addicted to this shit that this all they want to see. Look, he don't get no views on this. He might have aspirations to record his video games and be a video game person or whatever you call that shit. He want to talk about other subjects, but nobody want to see that shit. Look at this. Look at this. Nobody don't want to see that shit. This all the fuck everybody cares about. Now, he got to be a strong enough spirit that regardless of what the fuck y'all care about, that he got to do what he want to do. He got to stop giving a fuck about these numbers and do what the fuck that he truly wants to do. But nobody give a fuck. All y'all give a fuck is this shit right here. Nobody don't want to support nothing fucking else. All people want to support is this shit right here. Look, every time he try to talk about something else, look at these numbers. Now, I knew when I started reporting on Nature Boy and shit like that, that people was going to stop watching me because that's all the fuck they care about. All they care about is feeding on that energy. But at that point, I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit no more. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about these numbers. I don't give a fuck about none of it. especially since they took down my COVID video. And then after they took it down, they started trolling me. And I'm talking about not just on YouTube, other places too. But people, we get to talking like this and people don't fucking believe us. They start thinking that we losing our minds and shit. And all y'all want us to do is entertain y'all. That shit pisses me off. It hurts me. Look at this. Now, what video was it? This one. Look at these comments. And y'all think y'all be knowing. Ooh, that's loud as fuck. Y'all think y'all be knowing. Look at this. Now this person got it right here. And you know, you see young Pharaoh, he pinned it because this is how he feel. Young Pharaoh is a very hurt, broken person, especially right now. He been through something. He been through some shit, okay? Like, I really feel like he should get compassion and understanding from us, but we can't find it in us to give it to him because we want him to be something. Now look at this. This the content that's needed. This the Pharaoh we know and love. Now this is more like it. See, y'all want him to stay stuck and just doing this shit right here. What if he don't want to do that? Y'all don't see how that make people feel? Look at this. Finally back to this. Look at this shit right here. And y'all think y'all justify, y'all think y'all right for doing this. Nah, it ain't supposed to be like this. It ain't supposed to be like this. We ain't supposed to treat each other like this. You know, I'm not saying that. I'm saying just ask yourself why you so close off to anything new. So you ain't never truly appreciate the person. You only appreciated the content that they gave. And I feel like that's why content creators will start to feel like, yo, nobody cares about me. This type of support doesn't do them for them. It don't feel genuine. It don't feel like this is genuine love and respect. Because soon as you start to do something else that people don't want to hear or whatever like that, they would abandon you in a motherfucking millisecond. They will turn on you in a motherfucking millisecond. And you know what else I'm tired of hearing people saying? Because they think they be fucking on, but they don't. They be saying like, you shouldn't be putting all your information on the internet. Like, you know, especially in the Black community, this sweep it under the rug mentality, this sit down and be quiet, don't tell nobody nothing mentality, this don't speak your mind, don't speak your truth, just lay your head low type of mentality. That shit is toxic as fuck. But people is constantly telling us that. People is constantly telling us, like, don't speak your truth, don't tell nobody what's going on with you, keep it cute, do this, be like this, and everything else. Man, fuck that bullshit. Fuck that bullshit. I really, sometimes it gets to me because honestly, like, only a few people stuck to me like that before, and I would shut them down in a motherfucking millisecond because I would shut a motherfucker down with my heart, with my spirit. Because who do you to judge? Who are you to judge? Now you can't say, like, okay, for one, if somebody is talking and telling their life story, you could always learn from it. If you would just not be so quick to judge them, you could learn something from it. And there's a way to communicate with somebody without discrediting them or dismiss them. Because not everything that young Pharaoh is talking about is a lie. Not everything that he's saying is crazy. And I think that if we as a community knew how to be more compassionate and show more love to people that is going through hard times, that things could have been different. Not to saying that it's on us, because a spirit has to save themselves. But at least he would know where to look, where to start, because he might not have those tools. Like a lot of us in the Black community, I had to learn emotional intelligence because I sure couldn't find it in my family, and I sure couldn't find it in my community that I was raised in. I had to learn emotional intelligence. Like, I'm sick of this shit, man. And I'm seeing like people getting attacked left and right, left and right. So, and the attack is not just them shutting down your YouTube. People are getting their shit deleted. The attack is not just them fucking with your numbers, your money. Sometimes the attack is they attacking your mentality. A lot of these people on these comments may not even be real. They might be bots. And what they do is that they will post a certain type of energy, and then that energy will circulate through the collective. And that's because people don't know themselves. They're not connected to their own spirit. They don't have their own thoughts. So they get easily influenced by what the fuck ever a whole bunch of people are saying. So if you see 10 comments of people thinking that he crazy, but spiritually, you might not have felt like that. You read those comments and you'd be like, okay, then maybe he is crazy. Like maybe this, maybe that. So like honestly, I've been kind of thinking about like dropping all this shit, to be real, because I don't even know, man. I do feel like things are going to change and get better, but I just had to call this shit out because this is damaging. This is not healing. And I'm starting to feel like people don't give a fuck about that. Like, that's what I'm starting to feel like. People don't give a fuck about that. All people give a fuck about is like being fed whatever energy they want to feed on. I don't understand why people are so entertained still by Eligio. What the fuck? At this point, that's something that you have to find within yourself and heal it. Because all he do the same shit. He ain't teaching nothing. You ain't learning shit from him anymore. He's stuck in the same hell loop. And if you still giving him your energy, you stuck in it with him. That's why people that is truly like tapped into this energy that we going through this shift right now, pulled away from it. They pulled away from it because they already knew that it was dead weight. And people are trapped in the same loop of old spirituality. Like there's a new form of spirituality because there we are tapping into new awarenesses. And people who are talking about the new awarenesses, y'all calling these people crazy. And you know what? Honestly, like, don't get that shit. Don't get it. Like, it really do changes people. It pulls them away from spirituality. It almost like it puts them to sleep. All they care about is like this 3D world now. Like that's all the fuck they care about. They super like detached. And I don't want to like say that to scare anybody. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing when it comes to it. Like I'm still cool with people who had got it. Like I'm still cool with them. But I do notice like a change in energy, a change in mindset. Like I notice it. It's crazy as fuck out here. We're really in the end times, you know. To me, what that means, I'm not talking about fire and brimstone, but I'm talking about we going into a new age and old structures are going to be destroyed. Like you either get on that fucking boat or you drown with the fucking old structures. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know. Like last night I had a dream about a flood. So all this shit is about to get washed clean. But I'm just speaking on it because I don't have the energy for nothing fucking else. Honestly, I don't. And I've been detaching from certain things, like money for one, because there's no use in being attached to it. You know, I'm not going to go to a job that tell me in order for me to work there, I have to get something that I don't want to get. People are not supporting spirituality. So it's like, I kind of want to put that out there, like services for it, but it's like, part of me is like, nah, I'm in hermit mode right now, for real, for real. I've been learning a lot though. I've been learning a lot, like so much, just by paying attention. And I do think that there would be a time where spirituality would pick back up and people will stop looking at us like we crazy or we delusional and shit and start to actually understand where we coming from. But right now it's just fucked up. Right now the energy is fucked up. Well, not per se, like I do see a lot of spiritual attacks. Like I've been seeing like a lot of spiritual people being attacked online, especially. I've been seeing a lot of silencing, people getting their channels deleted, people getting threatened to have their channels deleted. They censor everything that you say. Like it's fucked up, but you know. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to head out because I just can't. And please, 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 please do your shadow work, get your healing. If you don't have to get it, don't get it. Like if it's in a way for you to move around getting it, please don't do it. Don't just please just don't even do it. Okay? Ciao.